Hello, all the Busy Bees friends. Tonight we're having the story about fairy friends. Clara lived with her sisters in Fairy Dell. She tried very hard to be a good fairy, but everything she did went wrong. The others called her Clumsy Clara. One day, Clara spent hours baking a lovely cake. Then she flew straight into it and got stuck. Her sisters laughed and laughed. Poor Clara. Oh, there's Clara. Is that better? Look there, the book's opening. Woo! There's Clara. Clara was upset that her sisters had laughed at her. "I'm going into the greenwood to see my woodland friends," she said. Suddenly, the scenery began to look strange. "Oh no, I'm lost," gasped Clara, trying to find her way back. Her tiny wings began to ache with tiredness. "I must find somewhere to stay," she decided. Whoop, who's this first? Let's see who she's going to ask to stay with first. Clara spotted a rabbit burrow in a grassy mound. "Please, may I stay with you?" she asked the rabbits. Molly the rabbit shook her head. "I'd love to give you a home, dear," she replied, "but I don't have the room. Too many children. You see, why not try someone else?" Here's Clara's flying high up to the squirrel's nest. Let me do it like this. Sorry, I don't have enough hands. Clara carried on through the wood. "You're welcome to live with me," called Scamper the squirrel, sitting in his nest at the top of a tree. Clara tried to fly up to the squirrel's nest, but the wind kept blowing her sideways. "Oh, your home's too high for me," she puffed. "Thank you, but I can't stay here." Down below, Dapple the fawn and his family were looking for food on the forest floor. "They're gentle animals," thought Clara. "They'll share their home with me." "Sorry, Clara," said Dapple. "We don't have a proper home. We wander through a different part of the forest every day." There's the swan. She's swimming in the dam. And the birds are flying over the bush there. Now, let's see who she's going to now. Who's that? Who's that? Who? Albert the owl, there he's sitting in his tree sleeping, invited Clara to share his home in an old oak tree. At first, the lost fairy liked her warm home out of the wind and rain. Then she began to feel bored and lonely. "Albert sleeps all day long," she sighed. "If only I could go back to Fairy Dell." Ooh, look what happened. A surprise. Suddenly the sky was full of buzzing wings. Clara thought it was a swarm of bees until she heard some familiar voices calling her name. "It's my sisters!" she cried. The fairies had come looking for Clara. "It's been really dull without you doing funny things in the dell," they chuckled. Now they're taking her home. Back home, the happy fairies held a party to celebrate Clara's safe return. "I'll make jelly," pronounced Clara. And guess what happened next? That's right. Let's see if we can show you what happened. Kapoinks! Clara dropped the jelly and it splattered everywhere. I've messed up again, sighed the fairy. Her sisters just laughed and laughed. Welcome home, clumsy Clara, they smiled. That's the end of our lovely story. Good night, sleep tight, don't let the bedbugs bite, and if they do, catch a few and make a lekker gogo stew.